Hello everybody and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. I lied. I said I would be back on the Saturday for the bazaar, but I realized that I sort of wanted to go over some planning that everybody might have to make for Friday and Saturdays because Raul closes his store on Fridays and on bazaar days. So this week, for example, he's going to be closed for 2 days in a row, which of course poses a problem if we can't buy our fertilizer and our crops. And then other days, or other weeks rather, like next week, there is a gap and he'll only be closed for 1 day at a time because our bazaar is on a Sunday rather than a Saturday. So because he is such a hugely important figure, I thought I would just kind of take a little bit of time to talk about that, show you all what progress I've been making. I think our first batch of turnips should be ready to go. So this might actually be a harvesting day for us, which is pretty exciting. Looks to be the case. So we've got ourselves 1-star quality turnips. And I don't have the money on me to replace the 6. So I just have to kind of carry on with what I've got here. You can see that I got myself up to 22 plots. I think when I stopped a couple days ago I was at 18, so I did manage to plant a couple more turnips. And with the money in my wallet I could have bought 2 more. So I'm gonna go through my day here. This will be the last day for 2 days that you can sell anything to Raul. So you have to be very careful about inventory management, because if your inventory gets full and you have no storage space, like myself, who has absolutely no storage space, you're going to have to leave items behind. Or pick and choose which items you are going to keep and which ones you're going to throw away. I suppose I should also not forget to do my fertilizer. I swear that I haven't actually forgotten to do any at all. I just sometimes forget on my first pass. I think I just get so raring and ready to go into town. So I've used up almost all of my fertilizer. I do have a few left. And how many plants are we left with now? And 16. So we need 16 pieces of fertilizer for tomorrow, and we also need 16 for Saturday. So I don't know that I think I should be able to afford that. I might have to sell a couple of things. Now, if you're not worried about getting the absolute best quality item, then this is not really too much of a concern for you. You do need to be kept aware that you'll have a few days without being able to depend on his shop, but not fertilizing your crops really is not the absolute end of the world. It just means you might not get the best quality crop that you're able to get. But we're just starting out, and money is tight. And it might be more beneficial or more worthwhile to you to buy more crops instead. You might think, hey, I'm just gonna grow an extra turnip or 2, and that's absolutely fine. We're actually getting a lot of flowers, which is really, really nice. The random drops have been very kind to me. I've been getting some pretty good drops. I've been having pretty good luck dunking myself in the water as well. So we're actually off to a really, really good start on this file, which is super nice. I'll fill up all my pockets before I sell things. I'm gonna have lots and lots of flowers for the upcoming festival, and if things carry on, then I should have a lot of flowers to win the festival and to keep giving stuff out. That is going to be happening next week after the bazaar. I'll kind of go more into detail about it then. But I've been finding quite a few coins. I found a big hunkin' piece of gold ore as I was diving, which is a huge moneymaker. And so far, yeah, life has been good, so... Tomorrow I won't have to worry about selling stuff, but you'll probably still want to prioritize foraging on days when he's closed, because you can easily fill your bags up with bugs and stuff that are only worth 10 or 20 gold, whereas you can pick up herbs and flowers and mushrooms and honeycombs and all these things that are worth quite a bit more money. So let's return to his shop now, sell our stuff, and see what we're left with. I have a feeling I'll have the money that I need. But him being closed 2 days in a row really is super inconvenient. I know that the guy needs a day off, and him being closed on the bazaar day doesn't really matter too much because everybody's at the bazaar. I also found a can of tea when I was diving, which is so extremely random. I don't think I've ever found that before, and I'm trying to hold on to it if my inventory space allows for it, because we're gonna get the opportunity to do something with that when we unlock our first windmill, which will be in a couple of weeks from now. But if you don't want to wait, if you don't have the inventory space, you know, stuff like this, you might just want to sell, or sell it at the bazaar and get more money, right? Same with honeycombs. They're worth a pretty good amount of money. Once again, probably best for you to sell it at the bazaar if you have the space to hold on to it. And fortunately, honeycombs do not expire, but you do need to wait until the fall season, I think, to even be able to do anything with honeycombs. But as you can see, the gold that we have here, huge hunkin' amount of cash. You absolutely want to hold on to this and sell it at the bazaar. I think we get $8,000 for it there, as opposed to the $5,000 that he'll give us, which is really, really significant. And if you get gold early on like I have, I would sell it. Again, it's something that you need to wait until later on in the year to use, and you have a good chance to pick it up by throwing yourself into the river. And I don't think it's exceptionally rare, but like I said, my RNG, my luck has just been really, really good. I'm just very, very lucky to have some really nice stuff to sell upcoming at the bazaar, my first bazaar. So I have about a page and a half worth of inventory space now, which should be plenty. And we're at about 550 bucks. So we're gonna go ahead and buy some more fertilizer. I'll go ahead and just buy what I need. I think I have some left over, don't I? I'm at 20. So I need to buy 12 more, I think. Which will get me set for 2 days. So if you don't like math, which I don't, you do have to do a little bit of math, a little bit of calculating, a little bit of crunching numbers to sort of plan and figure out what to do in those 2 days you don't have access to his shop. And we still have money left over. Why don't we buy some more turnips at this point? I'm down to my last $30, but again, it's okay. I will be making all of it back. If I ever saw $30 in my bank account, I think I would have chest pain and not be able to breathe. And I know some people have been in that situation, and I can't imagine. Do I have a butterfly? I should just give Sherry a butterfly while she's here. Here you go. If a character is standing next to the water, just be very, very careful to actually give them the gift and not to toss it into the water, because they will lose friendship points that way. Alright. So I'm going to spend the rest of my day catching a few more things to sell to him, make some more meager coin. I kind of want to put these here. I like to have nice, neat little rows. Some people like to space them out, you know? Some people like to have a nice 3x3 square with a little space, but I like to kind of just maximize the space that I have, personally. So 6, 12... We might need a couple more fertilizer, but for the most part, we've planned for the next 2 days. We can still fertilize our crops tomorrow and also before we go to the bazaar, which is super nice. Yay! Another thing, I don't know if I actually stated it or not. I thought that you could only use the restroom and the bath once a day, but it turns out that you can actually use it multiple times a day. The problem is that you need to wait, I think it's 3 or 4 hours in between uses. So most people, I think, you know, will use the bath later on in the day once they've used up stamina, and then it might just sort of be too late to use it again. So the flowers are a one-time use thing per day. You can only smell the flowers once a day, but you can use the restroom and the bath multiple times a day, which is even better. It allows me to maximize even more stamina, and that will definitely come in handy if you're in a situation where you've really gone overboard with what you've planted. You've just really gotten hardcore into maximizing the amount of turnips that you can have. and you're running into a situation where it's really, really difficult to actually be able to water them all. I do think this is probably the best spot for finding stuff. This seems to be where I've been able to find the most amount of stuff. But you can see today I'm not having much luck. So I'm gonna just test this theory. I'm gonna go back to my house real quick, and if I can use the bath multiple times a day, I should be able to use it later on. So me jumping into the river a whole bunch is just my last-ditch effort to try and find something rare and expensive that I can sell at the bazaar. I think we're gonna blow the profit out of the water on our first bazaar. So it's about 4 o'clock now, so I think if we return at 7 or 8 o'clock, we should be able to use the bath again. Remembering too, as I throw myself in the river, that I have to keep enough stamina to be able to water everything again, of course. In this area is where I found the tea can. Oh, look at that! Another one! I found another can of tea. Speaking of, very unusual. I don't even remember ever picking up a can of tea, so to find 2 of them back to back is kind of unusual. This is also where I picked up the sea urchins. You can also pick up branches, stones, empty cans, which just don't sell for anything at all. They're garbage. You can also pick up coins in the water. I think this area here in the middle of town is... I haven't found anything in here yet, so I don't even know if you can pick up anything. I don't know if it matters what part of the river you're at or not. But I should probably take it easy on what I'm doing currently, so I can keep some stamina. Replenish my very, very sad wallet. I'm sure Raoul really appreciates having a break from me constantly coming into his store and just passing him every single thing that I find. He sees me coming and he's thinking, this guy again, oh my god, make it stop. So if I really, really wanted to, at this point, I could absolutely bankrupt myself and buy 1 more turnip seed, which I might do, because why not? All we're really wanting to do for spring is to make as much profit from turnips as we can. Alright, so I should be able to water my plants now. So I'm gonna go back to the farm here before I completely run out of stamina. Water my stuff. And then see if we can use the restroom again. I'll have just enough stamina, I think. Even if I can't restore my stamina, it's okay, because I'm now watered and I've done that, which is the priority of what I need to do in a day. It's all got fertilizer on it. It looks good. Perfect timing too, because my watering can just emptied itself. So I'm either too early or it's not going to work. So I might try a little bit later and just see what happens because I am curious. While I'm inside my house, I'm gonna use my kitchen and I'm gonna make my turnips into turnip salad. You'll want to do this as you start to harvest turnips and you get close to Bazaar Day, because they are worth more money. And you'll also want to try and keep this stuff in your storage to keep it fresher, if at all possible. I'll probably just have to exchange my flowers, for example. Like, I'll just take some flowers out and put my turnips in instead, because that's sort of just more of a priority for me. You want to try and keep the things that are going to sell for the most money the freshest, so that you can get the most money for them at the bazaar. And then also just make sure to look for stacks of items that you can put together. If you have multiple items that can be stacked into your storage according to their quality. So that's gonna be it for me. That's all I really wanted to cover, was basically just saying, hey, you gotta be careful. Make sure that you have enough fertilizer, or you have enough of what you need when he closes his store, because we are very, very limited on space as well. But you can see there, I tried again and it did work. So it does work. You can use it multiple times per day, which is excellent. Confirmed. Love it. I will probably actually go do some more diving, because why not? I don't have anything else to do with my stamina. Maybe I'll fish out some more valuable stuff for the bazaar. And then I will definitely actually see you at the bazaar, which is only 2 days away now. So I just gotta play tomorrow, and then we'll finally get to our big, big event, which will be our very first bazaar. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.